What's going on, guys? NJ Chris here. Thanks again for joining me. Alright, so this next video is going to be a video on the knives that I carry. My everyday carry knife, my fishing knives, my bushcrafting knives, my fillet knives. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring out everything, I'm going to show you everything that I have, and, go from there. Now, I really only carry two brands of knives. I carry Mora's, and I carry Dexter's. The reason is one, I like carbon steel knives, and I believe that for the price, you can't beat the price of a Mora carbon steel knife. And I use Dexter's because, once again, they are a very affordable, very good fillet knife. Now, when I say very affordable and very good, that doesn't mean they're bad. I've used these knives now for a really, really long time, and, I've gotten, 4 years out of my Mora neck knife so far. And so that's the one I'm going to show you first. This is the one I sharpened in the video. I carry this on me most of the time. This is my everyday carry knife. I prefer fixed blade everyday carry knife to any other one. This one's legal to carry, so I do carry it. For me, it's a tool. People may argue that it's a weapon. It's not. It's a tool for me. As in the video, I keep these things razor sharp. And I love this knife. For the $10 that I think I paid for it, I really don't think you can do any better. In fact, I challenge people to find a knife for $10 that will do what this knife can do. The only modification I've made to this one is I've sharpened the spine. Other than that, it's completely stock. And it's a really good all-around knife. It's a really good carving knife. It's a really good, if you wanted to, steak dinner knife. So, awesome knife. There's really not much to say about it other than, you'll probably spend $10 on a lot worse things in your life. So, definitely, I recommend it to everybody. This is my bushcraft knife. Now, this is the Mora Classic, the Mora Companion Robust MG. The reason I use this for my bushcraft knife is because it has a very, very thick blade. I think for the price, it's fantastic. I think this one's like 15 bucks. There's a couple modifications I did to this knife that you can see here on the sheath, as well as the knife. The knife itself, I put a 90-degree spine on. I do that for the most part for all my Moras. Put a 90-degree spine on that, and then on here I just have all my fire starting stuff. So this thing is something I've had since I was a little kid. So I keep it with me. It's one of those Walmart fire strikers. As you can see, I've had to Gorilla Glue the striker back in because it came off, and there's not much fire steel left on it. So yeah, it's just something I keep on me. It's not the only fire steel I carry. I do carry one more in my pack, a big one, a 6-inch by half-inch fire steel. So this is just something that it's accessible on the quick. If I wanted to make a fire, I have literally everything right here. I have these I got from the Intense Angler, John. These are the fire straws. Basically, it's just cotton Vaseline inside of a straw. So I have two fire straws, and then this one is actually cotton and Zippo lighter fluid inside of a straw. Now, the reason I carry that is because I do carry a Zippo lighter on me. I don't know why. I've always have. I understand that it's definitely not the best thing to carry because Zippos run out of fluid really quick. But if I needed to, I can replace the cotton in my Zippo with that, or I could start a fire with that. So, multi-purpose right there. Another thing about this sheath is that the fire rod goes right in and it locks in. It's not going to come out. Basically, the way I did that is you just put electrical tape around a Sharpie cap to a Sharpie marker, and just electrical tape it around. Cut off the end of the Sharpie marker. The reason I use electrical tape instead of duct tape is because this is my bushcraft / boat knife. The reason being that I have a lot of electrical components on my boat. My GPS. I have lights, I have my trolling motor, so if I ever needed electrical tape, I carry duct tape in my pack in a bunch of places, so if I ever needed electrical tape, this gives me the option of carrying a little bit of electrical tape with me, and it doesn't really weigh much. So that's my bushcraft knife. Now we're going to go to my fillet knives. Now I have two fillet knives and a boning knife. This is my boning knife. As you can see, it's been sharpened to hell. This was actually one of my grandfather's knives, and I love it. It's the Dexter 1376. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty old knife. I'm not sure exactly when they made it, but it's a great boning knife. It really has a thicker blade, so it doesn't really bend like a fillet knife does, but you have a little bit of bend to it that you don't have with like a regular Phillips blade knife. It's great for the first couple cuts that you haven't fished. I mean, this knife goes with me everywhere that I fish. Really a great knife. And one thing I want to mention is, if you have a good sharpening stone, like I have, a good Japanese whetstone, and you know how to use it, you really can get away with buying mid-range knives. Now, this is what I would be considered a mid-range knife. Well, a beginner to mid-range knife. If you know how to put an edge on, you don't need to buy the $150, $200 fillet knives or up. You can really get away with stuff like this efficiently as well. For fishing reasons, that is, and even camp tasks. So that's that knife. The next knife, this knife I actually just got. It's in a, I believe this is a Rapala Martini sheath. I just love this sheath, but it's one of the new Dexters. I've used this for maybe a year now. You know, I always keep my blades oiled. These are all carbon steel blades, so I always keep them oiled. I really like this knife because of its flexibility. Like, I really can get a lot of flex out of it. So filleting, you know, say if we go out for fluke or something, really long blade to get the entire fish. Really flexible blade, so you can really get close to the bones when you fillet. And awesome knife, and it fits, like I said, it fits perfectly in the sheath that I found for it. I don't really have anything else to say about it other than that. There it is. The last knife I have is probably my least favorite, the one I don't carry the most. And I'm a big fan of Mora knives. This is the Mora fillet knife. I believe that I just don't like stainless steel knives, and I think this is the only Mora, well, not the only Mora that they make in stainless steel, but the only option for a fillet knife that Mora has. I love the rubberized handle. I love the little thing right here that you can hold on to fillet. I just don't like the fact that it's a stainless steel knife. It's hard to get an edge on them. It is sharp, but it's not as good as my other knives. That's why I don't keep it around. I use it every once in a while, but that's about it. When I first bought it, I assumed that this sheath was a fish scaler. It turned out not being like that. I also don't like the actual sheath that it comes in. It has a belt loop, so it's not fun. I don't like things that you can't just take off really quickly, and the fact that you'd have to take your whole belt off. I mean, they technically have this whole clamp system there. I haven't figured it out yet exactly. You have to like bend it like that in order to get it off, and that's such a pain when it's on your belt. So it's not my favorite knife. It's just one that I have. And that's really much it. That's all the knives I carry. I'm a real big fan of Mora knives, but I'm sorry, this is not, in my opinion, it's not really a good fillet knife. So that's all I have to say. That's just my input in my knives. If you have anything else that you'd want to add, if you can recommend something, you know, in that price range, I would definitely try it out. I'm down to try out pretty much. There's a lot of opinions on there, and I really would like to find out what is the absolute best ones. This is just what I've used. I've used other fillet knives in the past. I've used I've actually had the Rapala fillet knife. I don't like it, and I've had a couple other fillet knives, stuff I can't even remember the name of, and I don't like them. I like these best. So don't forget to subscribe, please, and if you can, comment and give me a thumbs up on the videos if you like them. All right, thanks, and I'll take care.